The year is 37 AD and baby Nero is born. No, not the coffee, but a small baby boy. Nero's mother, Julia Agrippina, was on a mission to gain some power. She poisoned her second husband and became the wife of her uncle. We do love some incest. Her uncle's name was Claudius and he was the emperor. She persuaded Claudius to allow Nero to become successor of the throne after him. Then in 54 AD, Claudius caught the next train to the pearly white gates and joined Julius' second husband. She had served him poisonous mushrooms. Damn, you too? Yeah, that woman really is something. I know, right? Kinda hot. Nero was 17 at this stage, and was next in line to become emperor, just as his mother had planned. Anyways, whilst Nero was still a kid, his mother went on to have a power trip and killed a bunch of people who opposed her.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
She wanted to control the government through Nero, but as Nero grew up, his advisors told him to act independently. Then Julia, aged 56, went into retirement. Nero, as he grew up, was known to be a fairly generous and kind guy. His government banned capital punishment, stopped bloodshed in contests, and allowed slaves to ring compliments as well. He seemed like a pretty decent guy.
Oh, friend!
He was also a massive fan of poetry, artistry and music, which we will delve into later on. Anyway, something switched in Nero in between a few years, and his first act of brutality came when he murdered his mum Julius. I mean, she kinda had it coming, but yeah, he stabbed his mother in the stomach while she was annoying him about losing power. Then he was slowly falling out of love with his current wife Octavia, and started falling in love with the senator's daughter. Instead of just breaking up with Octavia, he also stabbed her and killed her. He then married his second wife, Poppaea, the senator's daughter, but then while she was pregnant, kicked her to death as well. Apparently he ordered his teacher, Seneca, to commit suicide as well.
Nice.
Then, in 64 AD, the Great Fire of Rome happened. Rome burned for 9 days, 1/3 of the city was reduced to ashes, thousands lost their homes and lives. Out of the 14 regions of Rome, 10 were burnt to a crisp. No one knows how the fire began, but due to Nero's poor reputation as a ruler, people suggested his men went around and started the fire. Let's add potential arson to the list of his crimes. Nero heard about the fire and needed to find a scapegoat to blame the fire on. He looked around and decided Christians. So Christians were gathered and killed in public shows, blamed for the fire. Nero, after investing to rebuild the burnt city, decided to build himself a fat palace called the Golden House. This house consisted of 300 rooms, walls covered in marble, ceilings with golden mosaics, and the coolest feature of them all, a rotating dining room. No one's sure about how the mechanics of this worked, but knowing Nero, I think I can take a guess.
Sometimes my genius it's almost frightening.
Anyways, Nero had become so obsessed with artistry that he went against all the rules of a normal emperor. The empire was disgusted by how he ran the government. Instead of going to war, conquering lands, he just stayed inside and played instruments. Nero didn't care about other people's opinions though. To showcase this, he would force people to watch his performances and not let them leave. Apparently his shows were so bad, some people pretended to die or pass out to get carried out of the theatre. Psst, is it working? Shut up, Julius. Carry on playing dead. Yes, sir. Oh my god, we're out!
Woo! Yeah, baby!
In 66 AD, Nero undertook a long journey to Greece, which kept him away from Rome for about 15 months. On this trip, Nero grew in his artistic perspective. He walked around barefoot with long, free-flowing hair and enjoyed the Greek culture. You know, in certain points throughout this video, I really do vibe with Nero and his hippie side. It's just a shame he was a psychopath. Anyways, when Nero returned, a rebellion had broken out in Gaul, and the Roman governor of Spain also challenged Nero. The Senate had also turned against Nero, who was forced to flee and at age 30 killed himself by sticking a dagger in his throat. And that is the abrupt end of the man Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus.